Hello everyone, Praise Good here, and welcome back to the finale of New Pokemon Snap. Okay, I don't know how much I'm going to keep of this in, but this one is involved. It has a 6-step process. It's like a 6 or 7-step process, but first of all, we need to get Xerneas to do its thing, mainly in the last area. Well, not in the last area, in the middle area. Got it. But yeah, we wanted to get Xerneas to do its thing up here. Also, I'm going to take some majestic pictures of it really quick. But the next big ask is that we need to hit it by the pool here. So I'm going to just... Oh, wait. Right. It's a... Oh. It's a little bit like my Milotic for this one. I got to remember that. Will you pause? Yes, you will. Got it. Okay, now we need to speed it up, and then we need to lead it to... We have to do a couple things here. Wake you up. Hit you. And then I think we need to hit Xerneas a couple times to make it go to its spot. Yep, I think this is it lining up right now. That was it. That was the photo. That was the last research request, if we did it right. It's oddly what was simpler than it looked. But basically just heralding the king. Yes. We'll take that one. And whoever else wants to be part of the photo, sure. Gotta be careful, don't want to undo it. And that's it. We're done. That is all of the research requests completed. You don't know how happy it makes me to say that. No 3-star Xerneas, but whatever. And everybody else can just kind of have fun here, whatever you want to do. I don't care. We did it, we're done. Let's go take that victory lap where we claim all of our rewards. And I don't think we get... he may have said something. I may have just skipped over it in a flash. I don't know. Hey, Scooter Editing, pause that frame and see if he said anything additional about all requests completed. But we're going to go take that victory lap now. So let's just go category, not completed. Let's just go this way. So I'm just going to thumb through all these now. Again, it's a victory lap kind of thing. But as you can see, all requests have been completed. And now it's just the spoils of war. And all of the photos we submitted will show up here as testament. Some of them are going to look like poop because we definitely did it super fast. Hey, Rita, mine's barely any better than yours. And this adventure is coming to an end. I probably can't talk too much about the adventure itself specifically for a long time, just because there's only so much I can really gush on about, so to say. But I will say, this game has been fun, and it has been a treat. But that enjoyment kind of withered and dove and jumped off the deep end right about the time that we started doing research requests at the professor's lab. Like, I was perfectly fine with all this right up until... Oops, I went out of order. Okay, this one's already done. Never mind. It was all going great until that moment. And then it just... hit the crater, hit the ground, cratered. Made me upset. Oh, I already did that one. Oops. I need to pay attention to what is not complete. I almost kind of want to go for not complete, and hopefully as I tick them off. Let's do that. Okay, just for my own sake. If I do not complete and I click on it and hit back, it doesn't clear. So that helps nobody. But yeah, I will say, like, some of the research requests weren't that bad. Like, they were pretty, like, again, I used something to help me basically spell out blatantly, hey, do this. But even then, there were, I'm going to say about 40 of the requests that were so seemingly RNG heavy and so seemingly RNG based that I feel like it should have been left up to RNG and not left up to what the game's going to consider skill. I don't know. That's just where I sit right now. Is just like a couple of these are a little bit too much for the average player to digest and feel like this is definitely them saying, "Oh, by the way, buy the Prima instruction guide or Prima completion or Prima strategy guide." That's the word. Hi, Shaman. Like, this is probably the one. If it wasn't this one, it was definitely the research park that got me my blood boiling. This one. This is definitely where it started. Get my blood boiling. So even though I've got a lot to go through, and I don't know how I'm gonna fill all this time speaking wise, I will say that if you're planning to play this game for yourself, definitely do what I initially thought I was going to do, and just play until you beat the final boss, which is Xerneas. Maybe put in that little bit of extra effort hitting post-game and going, oh hey, what if I... excuse me. What if I went for post-game and got every single Pokemon registered? And then, yeah, that's actually even more understandable and probably still just as fun. The moment you cross the bridge into completing all research requests, that's where it goes downhill for me, and that's where I will tell you, do not follow my footsteps. You can if you want to. I'm not your dad. I can't stop you. Well, there's that test I was told to take that I never got the results back. So maybe I'm your dad? Terrible jokes. Terrible jokes. Apparently I am very proficient in them. Anyway. I will say, though, that, like, it seems like I don't think it's, like, really. I don't think it's, I don't think it is a picture per Pokemon, so to say. But I think it's close. And if there's a picture per Pokemon, that means that we have captured photos of 234 Pokemon, not counting alternatives. Meaning there's 234 Pokemon in this game. Now, I could be wrong on this. They could not have. It could have not featured 234 Pokemon. It could have featured 200. But considering the original Pokemon Snap capped out at 63 to 65. I forget what the number is. Sorry, I could literally look it up on the internet right now and answer my own question, but I'm not. Somewhere in the mid 60s. There were in the mid 60s Pokemon in the original Pokemon Snap. So I'm gonna say low 200s is where all of these is how many Pokemon are in this title. Which oops, I already got some of these done. Which, if that is the case that there are 200 Pokemon, they tripled and almost quadrupled the original sum. Which, when now the Pokedex is actually septuple? Octuple? I think it's septuple or octuple. Excuse me, the Pokedex now is septuple or octuple what it is, depending upon if you want to include regional variants as its own entry or not. But if yeah, I got nothing else to add to that actually. That's all your own discretion. So that's all your own discretion if that's impressive or not at that point. I say it's impressive, but remember, I'm an old fuddy-duddy. I grew up in the age where I started playing Pokemon where we had 150 hard cap with rumor of 151, which wasn't a rumor in the long run. It was just a very special event. It was a very special event you had to do at very select locations at very select times to get the 151st Pokemon, which was in Pokemon Red, Blue, and Green's data. It just, unless you used a glitch, you couldn't access it. Yeah, that one. So I will say, like, if you're a younger person watching this series right now, and you grew up, you had the opportunity to grow up with Pokemon as it is now, with as vast of a catalog as it is, count your lucky stars. Like, I guess that no matter what age, you find a Pokemon you love the most. But with such a wide spread that we have available, somebody loves every Pokemon, except maybe Simisear. I don't think anybody likes Simisear. I could be horribly wrong in this regard. Please let me be horribly wrong in this regard. Every Pokemon deserves some form of love. And as I've said, my favorite Pokemon is Joltik, like hands down. And it's going to take a lot to, like, rip that away. Excellent photo of Egg Patrol. Gosh dang it. Gosh dang it. Don't make Jump Man. Obviously, I'm not scared. Bull, you are shaking in your booties. Your wee booties, even. Because you're a 35-year-old man in a child's body. Anyway, I'm bringing a bit back from the grave for this one. Gosh. Okay, 17 more pages to go. I am trying to go through them as fast as possible. If you want to stop to read the dialogue, you are more than welcome to stop and pause it. But I'm taking this as my victory lap to claim everything at once, and basically document what anything will be done if you basically finish this game front to back. Actually, there's something else I can talk about, seeing as I bring up finishing. So as of right now, I am finished with the game. This is the last episode of this series. No matter how big it is, I'm including all this in the last episode. So this may be like a 40-minute episode. I have no idea. But I will say, like, considering we did get 3 DLC levels for this game after we were finished, or after the game all finished up, rather. Sorry, I'm wording things stupidly. It's late. We did get 3 DLC levels, this being one of them, actually. We did get 3 DLC levels after the game was pushed out and finished. So, if they drop more DLC on us in the future, I'll come back to this game. I'll handle the DLC at that point. I don't know how exactly I'm going to deal with it structure-wise. If I'm just going to sit down and record all in one sitting, regular playthroughs of it, then the research requests, and then and whatnot. If there is any more DLC, then I guess we're just done with this game. Yes, Phil. Every Pokemon is viable in some sense somehow. Don't listen. I don't make the rules here. I just follow them. Go Cleffa, learn how to use Metronome and become RNG. I think, okay, I'm pretty sure there is somebody with a lot of notoriety in the Pokemon community that has done a Metronome only challenge. I'm 99% certain. I don't know if they've done it Nuzlocke style, but there probably is somebody who has done a Metronome challenge where they just get a team of 6 Clefairies, teach it nothing but Metronome, and just spin the wheel. Although and going through this vote, all these research requests, it does kind of feel like a nice final farewell to the game. You know, basically a good job. You did it. You finished the game. You finished the game. Here's your victory lap. Here is where everywhere you have been and everything you've done. Here's all of the ooh, a hat. Cute hat. Here's all the Pokemon you've made happy throughout your endeavors. Or photographed at the very least. I will also capstone this by saying I bought this game kind of on a whim, basically because all of my friends were getting into this game, but they had huge nostalgia for this game. They had huge nostalgia for this game series, I should say. Me? I actually never. I actually don't think I ever properly played Pokemon Snap until like 2-3 months ago, as of the time of this recording. I don't think I played original Pokemon Snap until like 2-3 months ago. Still am not 100% sold on what the appeal is. And now that I'm playing this, it's like I see the appeal a little bit more, like unique interactions that aren't shown in the core Pokemon games. But even then, it's still, I'm still not 100%. I'm still not 100% sold on this. Like, the game was fun for a while, and I want to say like almost all of my gripes probably extend 100% from the research requests. Everything else I had no problems with, really, other than a couple splitting paths. A couple of splitting paths that I found during this research request victory lap of sorts. Like, those definitely felt like those some of those splitting paths I found at the end, they definitely felt like, did you do these very specific set of tasks that there are barely any hints that they exist? No? Well, have I got bad news for you. And then I received bad news in the form of do it again and again and again and again. And I guess I should put it up to you. I should bring you guys into the fact. If you've played the game, or if you've watched the game through my eyes, I guess, what is your opinion on this? What is your opinion on this game? Because I know there's some people who had nostalgia for the initial installment that were like, day one purchase, it's got to be in my collection, over and out. And I guess there's those of you who may be in the same boat as me. It's just like, I don't quite see the appeal. So fill me in on what you guys think. Where your stance is on this game. I will say, if what I will pull into this as well is dev team, or anybody who is part of the dev team. I understand that a lot of these research requests, I'm complaining about the research requests again, by the way. Here's this broken record. Let me play it for you one more time. If the dev team happened to peek in on this, or somebody who has influence on this, if you're gonna continue the research requests, or if you're gonna do this game again with research requests in another 10, 15 years, whatever it's gonna take, there needs to be some kind of notification. There needs to be some kind of heads up for people like me who either have limited time or are stupid. I thankfully am both. There needs to be like some notification that says, hey, there could be a research request here if you do a little extra work. Not blatantly telling you do something, just, I'm gonna hate myself in editing because I'm gonna tell myself here, it's just like a little icon, like no bigger than the exclamation point you see on these research requests. Just like have that appear in the upper right corner of the screen during the entire duration of when you can start a research request. Not when the research request reaches its climax, at the start of the research request. And then the player can be like, oh, it's something around here that does a research request. Let me try doing puzzle stuff with it. And with that, and then the player should be able to figure that a lot more easily, especially if you're going to cram 230 research requests into the game. That's just me, though. That's just me, somebody who, again, doesn't have all the time in the world to go through and look and like comb through a game for nice to comb through a game for 50 hours at a time, or to comb through every game for 200 hours. Like, I unfortunately don't have all of that time available to me, being a busy adult. You know, maybe 10 years ago, when I could be a little more freeform with my time, I would have been more welcome to that. Now, I'm sorry, man. I have to draw a line in the sand. But that also comes, this is just where my standpoint on that is like, a game should definitely sate you. And for the average player, I feel, this is just me spitballing things. Depending upon your genre, of course. I feel like for the most part, a game should give you approximately, I mean, it's your own value, should, at the bare minimum, give the player $1 equals 1 hour of gameplay. That's just my standpoint on a lot of games, of like very bare guidelines. There's some games where I am the complete opposite of that, or I am like a complete completely flipped upside down on. There have been many games where I've bought for $20 or $30. I played for 2 hours and then I put it back down. And it was like, okay, I'm sated, I'm good. The game was fun, and I completed it. Those games aren't very close anymore, or those games don't happen a lot anymore nowadays. Where it's shorter than, especially if you're going for full completion. A game is never any shorter than like 5 hours, unless it's trying to, unless it's trying to replicate something of the past. But it's also striking, we're still in this day and age trying to strike a middle ground of, you know, the devs want to be able to put out a game that they can be proud of, but they also need to put out a game before their deadline quickly encroaches on us, or quickly encroaches on them, and makes their product not wanted or no longer hype worthy. Yeah, so I mean, I managed to how long did I manage to fill that up? I feel like I went through 2 pages of this stuff while just talking about that. There's also a part of me that really wishes I was like streaming at this moment, just so I could bounce ideas off of people. And I will, okay, you know what? I'm going to take this moment. It's my channel. I can do this if I want to. I am going to take this moment to say, hey, I do stream. Just, I put streaming on pause while I finish this up, because at the time recording this, I have a, ooh, pop filter going away. Okay, cool. I have a very busy schedule between now and the first week of November, so I had to put streaming on pause while I got all of this sorted before my life kind of turns upside down, so to say. I mean, introducing more characters that you could bounce ideas off of, or that could be more than just the professor saying, welcome back, for the 1300th time. It's nice that they introduced new characters, and even brought back what was essentially your player character. Hi, Todd. Essentially brought back your player character from the first game as a more methodical mentor compared to everybody else who is like cold, cool, or like the professor who is very scientific in his discoveries, or Rita and Phil who are very childlike in their nature. Todd comes in and kind of provides a counterbalance to all of them to be like, you know, there's this thing I did when I was doing the same thing. You might want to think about doing that. So the characters they brought in were nice. The Pokemon selection, I don't know, I was very ecstatic with the whole collection of Pokemon as well. Like, there wasn't just, like, the Pokemon Company definitely have, like, a top 100 Pokemon that they will shove into every single game if they can. Number 1 being Pikachu. And as of recent, number 2 being Eevee. Thank you, let's go Eevee. But like, Nintendo definitely had like a top 100 Pokemon that they will shove into, that they're going to try and shove into every game they put out now. But, oops, I didn't need to look at that one. I already completed that one. So it was nice to see Pokemon that definitely don't get that spotlight. Zeraora here, that is definitely one of the Pokemon that always gets a spotlight, especially recently. Zeraora is featured in almost every Pokemon game that was released in the last 2 years, I want to say? Prominently. But like, Vivillon wasn't touched ever again since Gen 6. I'm pretty sure it was Gen 6. And Furret. Nintendo never once talked about Furret, as far as I'm aware. Beartick, Mamoswine. Okay, I lied about the Mamoswine. A Cubchoo as well. Also, unevolved forms also get highlighted here, but, you know, the Mamoswine family getting featured, that never happens until minus Pokemon Unite. And outside of random encounters in Gen 3, when's the last time you saw Mighty Aina featured in anything? Like I said, at some point, you know, I forgot how bad that one was. At some point, you know, they realize they can't, I think they realize with this game, they can't just stick to their top 100 Pokemon they pick for everything, and actually took time to go through everything they had and be like, okay, what would make sense in these areas, and actually brainstorm things and set it down like, okay, this is how it works. This is how it's going to work. Oops, already did that one. How did I manage to do it? I snapped a photo of it randomly in a whiteout, and I somehow got it. Speaking of the whiteout, the Obama Snow making a whiteout. And I'm also really happy that, like, I mean, we're at the point now where regional variants aren't that much of a shocker anymore. I mean, we've got at least 2 generations that have regional variants, and soon to be, not a generation, but soon to be a 3rd game collection, so to say, that's going to feature regional variants. So I'm happy to see that regional variants weren't like one and done when they first appeared. And I'm glad that they kept on going with these regional variants. Something jumped out. Where? I know, I feel like it... I want to say I was reading some factoids while I was going through this, you know, going through lists and going through help guides and whatnot to get me through this. And the footnotes for it, I think, said something about Bandai Namco helped with this one. Which, if that's the case, I have a slight feeling that Bandai Namco maybe had a little more influence on what Pokemon got featured. I don't know. If the Pokemon in question... If all the Pokemon that got featured in question were a little more spread out, we probably would have seen a little more Simus here. Yeah, I'm coming back to that one, to like the least wanted Pokemon, so to say. Sheer face. Oh, wow. You know, I just did this we're coming up to the stuff that I just did tonight. And I'm already forgetting some of the pictures I took just tonight. But it's so nice to see all of these. I suppose the other thing I'm going to talk about now, because I don't think I'm going to get around to it, simply because I think I'm at a limit for how much this game I can stand it now. Like, I finished the game. That's, you know, I'm fine with where I am right now and the fact that I finished the game. The last thing I was thinking about doing was taking one more photo of a Joltik or something, and then using all of our stickers we acquired to do that. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm actually not going to do anything with that. I've shown you all the rewards at least, so you can kind of see what to sample from. And kind of like with a lot of my projects, you know, I leave a few loose ends out there that don't ruin 100% completion in terms of, at least in my eyes, what's 100% completion. So that way you, as the viewer, can also pick up the game and try and get even better 100% completion than myself. So you do know what prizes you have to work with, what you can do here and there and everywhere. So you can try out the game yourself. Give it a go, see how much you enjoy it or what you can do with it. I kind of leave that to be the gift to you guys of something you can do with this game, even though I've gone through and shown every little nook and cranny of what you can do with it. And there's going to be someone that's going to say, but you didn't do all star variants of all Pokemon. I didn't. I also am a firm belief that not every Pokemon has every star photo availability. Some of them are missing 2 stars, some of them are missing 3 stars. Not everything has all stars available for its photos. At least I'm of that firm belief. I could be wrong. If I am wrong, somebody will tell me. But even then, you know, I missed a few photos, and I never finished a few pages. That could be your journey. Take your own unique photos. But coming back around to the whole make it your own journey, I will also say that unlike the original Pokemon Snap, this is definitely not a game you can sit down with in an hour to an hour and a half, grind it, you know, sit down and just through it really fast. I won't make that sound again, don't worry. You can't just sit down and zoom through it and then be done with it. It's not as arcadey in nature as the original Pokemon Snap was. Maybe if you play it like the way I mentioned before, where it's just, hey, play it from start to finish and just meet and finish the final boss. Maybe go see maybe see photos of all Pokemon. But these research requests, though they do offer some cute rewards, I don't think it's all that worth it and worth all that hype. Superman. All right, last 2. One from Todd from Jirachi the Wishmaker, and the last one from the Professor of Xerneas exhumating its glory. And that's it. That is every research request complete, every reward shown off. The last two things I'm going to do is, one, I got to figure this out first, but one, I'm changing my photo on my photo decks, if I can. Not here. I guess something else you guys can do is, if you play the game to the point where I am too, go do the arcade nature. This could actually go to course score or course attack. You know, go through all the courses. Go through all of the courses and choose your okay, not that. I wanted to edit my info. This one. All right, where is... You know what I'm going for. It is. I have to. Also, you can see my playtime. I've spent over 54 hours on this game and almost took 10,000 photos. And the last thing I need to do before I'm all done is I gotta go look at my friends on the internet. I'm pretty sure I'm in the top 20,000. But amongst my friends, I'm number 5. That's fine. I will take number 5. My photo didn't update. Why did my photo not update? It's there. Oh, there's a research title? Hold on. I'm going this way. Oh, there's still titles I don't have. Probably from... Oh, yeah, no, I'm not doing all this. Holy cow. Yeah, I'm not doing all this. This can be your own fun. Have fun with that one. Not me, my guy. I just gotta find something that's, I gotta find one. You know what? I either gotta find one or I'm gonna make it funny. Oh, I can't select them. Okay, never mind. Alright. Well, with that all done, that's where I'm gonna end this off. Everyone, thank you so much for watching this project on New Pokemon Snap. Depending upon how everything comes out in the end, I might have either one mini series come out before the next main series, or I might have a week and a half of filler, depending upon when this video, what number video this is, when it falls, yada yada, so on and so forth. But thank you all so much for watching this photosensitive series. That's not a right word. I'm sticking with it though. And I shall see you guys next time on whatever new series will come up. You folks have a great rest of your day, and take care.